So we are back at the Minnow Pond project. The truck's been sitting up here for about 2.5 to 3 months. I know the excavator's been sitting down there for almost 2 months because it's all grown up in the grass. But it should have dried out enough. Of course, it's raining right now, but we're going to, hopefully this thing starts. Nothing? Uh-oh. Be right back. Well, it looks like the 220 has grown into the pond environment. Like I say, it's been almost 2 months since I've been up here. When I took all these dead trees down, got it piled up. We're just trying to get all these other projects finished up and let this one dry out some. Looks like it's dried out. Got grass growing in my tracks. I hope this thing starts. It's always been reliable, so let's find out. There's my mats. Oh yeah, she's just grown in real good here. Let's make sure it starts. Ain't no mice coming out of here. That's a good sign.
You with the problem that you.
I ain't gotta worry about no smoke, but it started up, so that's a good sign. Good old trusty Volvo. So we're going to move. I'm gonna let this thing warm up for a minute since it hasn't been used in a while. We're gonna haul all this mess over there to the burn pile on the other part of this project, which I'll go into a further video details on that later. But I got to get this cleaned up and moved out so I can start digging all this dirt out, laying it back, and creating the pond. I think my bucket's got a little water in it. It's rained a little bit. It's okay. I'm going to shine you up today. Get the water ring in that thing. Let's go jump the haul truck off. Alright, I walked the excavator up here. Give it a try real quick. I don't think it's going to take much. Let me start this up and let it run for a second. Alright, we got it hooked up to the machine now. Let's see what's going to happen. Just need a little boost. Don't cut it off for a while. Don't turn it off for a while. Just let it run all day. It needs it. Let's load out the first load of brush here. And then we're going to go on a road trip. I'm going to show you the mess this has got. I need to spin that around. That's not going to fit. I'm not going to be able to put much else in there with it like that. Lay back down. So I'll load him up. Then we'll go on a quick little ride in the truck. And I'll show you the dump site and a sneak peek on the rest of the big pond down there that we've got to fix. Like I said, a previous contractor come in here, made a disaster of a mess, and they run him off when they realized they were not going to get what they wanted. And here I am now trying to get this done in the midst of all the other projects back home that we have to work on. So load the truck up here, jump in there with Tim, drive down there and check out the other side. They've already gotten, I mean, the pond's built, dam's done, overflow's done, but the grading is just atrocious. There's just, you'll see. Words can't describe it until you see it. But there's a brush pile and we're just going to add to it, and they just want to get this done and then worry about the rest of it later on, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, but we're taking the brush down there with the other brush, that way it can all be in the same area when they do decide they want to burn it or clean it up or whatever. I just got to get it out of the way here so we can start moving dirt for this little pond here. Hop in the truck with Tim there, and we'll ride up there and lay eyes on the dump site again, because it's been about 2 months since I've seen everything. That way we can figure out where to dump at. And away we go. We got to come all the way down the driveway here. Once we get up here to the top, I might as well just do you a rolling tour while we're going here. So I don't know what they were doing over here, but they needed, I guess, dirt for the road we're about to go down. So they just went out here and started digging everywhere in this field over here, and then started hauling dirt back up here, I guess, to fill it in. Because they were building, the house is going to go up here on the left. Well, down this road, they're building a new road to the pond. Main drive comes in here, new road right here. You can tell it's washed out pretty good. So I guess they dug all the red clay from over there, which makes sense. I mean, you got to get it from somewhere. Look at the erosion. And then the road goes down here to the left. It's a good little ways back here. So I don't know what was going on here, why they've got it rode up so much, but it's like they just kept putting dirt in here and then scraping it off to the side, and they built these like windrows. That one's like 4 feet high and 2 feet over here. Probably put the dirt down and got wet, so they just kept blading it off to the left or to the right. Well, there's the start of like a 5-acre pile of dirt that they've just dumped all out in this field from this pond. I still do not know where all this dirt come from, because the pond is not that big. This is where it'd be nice to have the dozer to clean this up a little bit. But here's our brush pile over here with the stockpile of topsoil. I guess just go around there, Tim, and back up there, but it's the front of that pile of dirt. But I guess they got dirt for the dam, and they've dumped dirt everywhere out here. And they got a pile of topsoil and the brush. Or we can add it. Let's add it to that pile right there. You can back right up there to the side and dump it out. It ain't gonna be that much. And then the pond is down here, and I'll save that for another video because that's going to take a whole nother video. Even the brush pile doesn't make sense. There's just stuff everywhere. It's like they burnt over there some, and I don't know. Well, at least our brush is here. Let's go back and get some more. I'm making pretty good progress on getting this stuff out of here. Not too worried about getting all the dirt out of it. It can be separated over there whenever it's stacked up. I just want to get it out of this pond, because it will never dry out sitting in this bed of mud. There's a pretty big tree here. There we go. Go ahead and put these logs in there. Try to keep everything separated out. If these get all crisscrossed in the pile, then it's hard to grab stuff. Get all tangled in with everything else. Push this all the way to the side over there. I don't know if it'll stay, but I tried. Looks like it's starting to rain again, unfortunately. Rotten when I took it down. Now it's sat here for a couple more months. It's really brittle, so it just kind of falls everywhere when you're trying to load it. Quite the mess. That's okay, I can clean it up at the end. I just want this junk out of here so we can start moving dirt. He's got a long ways to haul, so I don't pack it too full, but don't bounce all off going down the road. Alright. Got all the brush moved out now. Got the transit set up. I got my elevation of the pipe shot. So I've got a grade to work with. There's a kind of like a weir wall that's going to be poured out in front of that pipe, and it's going to raise the water up 3.5 feet. So I've got that grade. Now I need to go up here and determine where the water line level is going to be so that I'll know where to start digging at. I've already checked it right here. It's about where these mats are, so I want to walk all the way up here to the head section. Let me grab this. I tried to rake me a path with the machine so I don't have to walk through that grass. At least run the snakes off. Don't need to be surprised by any snakes up here, because this is a prime snake habitat right here. So it looks like my ditches seem to work pretty good for draining everything down. And I went up here with no mats, so I didn't go any farther in that ditch. Let's see if I can get a grade up here somewhere as to where the water level is going to be at. That ditch looks like it worked good. Let's see if I can get it to beep anywhere. There we go. So pretty much it looks like with the grade I just checked, I'm glad that was solid so I don't fall down. Looks like the grade I just checked, water is going to come up to about right there. Let me put a flag in the ground so I can have a reference point up here. And now I need to see how far it's going to come back up here so I'll know where to start the pond at. All this is supposed to be around 2 to 3 feet deep up here and then taper down to around 6. So it's going to put it all the way about this little waterfall. Somewhere in this area right here. Close enough right there. Alright. So Tim's left for today, and now I'm going to stay here a while and lay some of this mud back so we'll have something to haul. I've laid all that back. Pretty much got it cut all the way down this far side. The minnow pond goes from 2 feet to about 6 feet deep, so I'm going to go up here with the mats to where when I check grade I put that flag all the way up there. I'm going to go up there and start making a cut all the way down this edge, laying it over and back. Get some mud stacked up and let it dry. So I got it flagged out for the water line on the far side, and while Tim's here with the dump truck today, I'm going to go ahead and cut this side out and get it transferred over and loaded out if I don't get stuck. I'm trying to bypass using the mat so it's faster, and as you can tell I'm sinking down pretty bad, so yeah, trying not to get stuck here but trying to be a little faster than just walking and transferring my way out with the mats. I think it'll be okay though. I'll move over track marks a little bit and it'll span one more time, I think. That sunk down pretty good though. I'll just move over a little bit, grab these two, and I'm gonna, like I say, start transferring that side back down to the road where it can be loaded out onto the off-road truck. Let me just kind of help walk myself here a little bit. It'll float a little bit better. Tracks from diving into the ground. It'll just support itself. Alright, I'm going to go across the creek and try to get set up where I can transfer that back. I'll have to be on top of the mud, but that'll be okay, I think. Get a little room here to work. Channel itself. Let's see if I can balance on one for a moment. Need to put one right here. And I can't because I'm sitting on it. We'll just have to take a gamble. See if I can get across here on just this one. Yep. Grab these two and continue my little roadway out. I'll notch it out, transfer that down so that it will get down there to the road where I unload it out. Try not to bury my flag there. It's the only reference mark I got. I didn't want to walk through that tall grass. Get by a snake. I can eyeball it from there. It's not rocket science. Whoa, sliding. Mats and hills don't work well. I'm gonna get this one spun a little bit more. Let me get rid of this log. Set it a little more level. Spin. Now I'm sliding off the mats into the creek. Easy. Whoa, 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 baby. Now I'm in a precarious predicament because I'm parallel with the mats, which is never a good idea. Alright, I'm going to quit cheating here and do this right. You have to be level. If not, you're just going to slide off. So, let me just take a couple scoops out. Level me up a spot. Right here. And lay the mats back in there because I've got to get this one spun more. So that I can move it. And it can be a problem when you get parallel with the mats, like I was, because your tracks will fall down in between them and get all hung up under the machine. And the next thing you know, you're stuck. And I still didn't get that level enough, but that's gonna be okay. This stuff can be aggravating. Get this one moved. Break a couple scoops down. Level myself up a little bit. Just so much forethought you got to put into everything. Where's the end of that one? Knock these down in the ground a little bit, like so. There we go. Let's see if I can climb up on top of that now. Like that. Stump here, and there is. This guy just like dug all this crap, just piled it all up in the wood. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I mean, didn't even try to take the logs out. You know how hard it is to dig into a pile of wood. Now I've got to separate all this crap out because we're dumping it out into a field. That's what you get. Hire somebody that don't know what they're doing. Get everything situated, and I'll start digging here in a little bit. I'm gonna dam the creek up for now. Let it just kind of hold back for a little bit. That'll give me time to get this section right here dug out without water gushing in on top of me. Just throw up a little dam like so. Hold it back for the 30 minutes I need to dig this out. I'm working on transferring road now so it can be loaded out. I gotta make me a pile right there so I can load off of it. I have absolutely no idea what he was thinking by laying all this mud up here in the woods. Like, how are you supposed to get this out? It all was supposed to be hauled off. I don't know why we were piling it all up in the tree line, making it even more difficult to be able to get to. It should have all been thrown back to the road or out into the pond, where it could be loaded out very easily over there. Instead, we piled it all up here around the trees. It would kill all of these. I don't understand. I think somebody got in over their head on this one. Made a relatively easy little project difficult. Because when they did this, they buried or covered up all the tree stumps, logs, and everything. It's all mixed in here. So instead of just digging nice, clean dirt or mud, you're getting, wait till you see it, look at my whole pile of logs and crap. Now I've got to separate all that out, kind of clean it up some, so it doesn't all end up in that field. See? Tree stump. We buried it, so now I can't even find it. I don't know. But I'm taking all this wetter stuff and laying it right over here. It'll drain out tonight. It's fairly sandy. And then trying to take the drier stuff that was piled up to build my path out of. Now look at the logs I'm digging up. Push that away. I need to leave it in front of that pipe. I need to leave that open. I don't need to really disturb the ground too much because that's where the head wall's going. Whoever's going to do that has got to probably dig down something solid anyways. Stumps on the mats, all you do is slide. Hopefully I can get a pile right here where I can sit. It's going to be awkward loading the truck because I'm way below it, but it won't be too terribly many loads. But I've kind of got to grade this bank as I go, because once I leave here today, this is going to be full of water and I'm not going to be able to drive back over here. Transferring this down and I'll get a video when it's time to load the truck. I'm starting to load out some mud. We've already hauled probably, I think this is the 4th load here. It's a little aggravating trying to load sitting below the truck. But I only got about 12 or 15 loads here to load out like this to finish this little corner out. Explain itself a little bit better once I get the truck loaded. But I had to transfer stuff down this edge and pile it up right here where I could sit next to the road and load it out, because it's not like the truck can back down in here. driveway for the farm and the house back there. I'll probably just keep working my way back and then climb up the slope and sit on the road and load this stuff out. There's a big kind of a valley in between two fields up there. We're dumping all this. We'll dry out some and then just spread it out. Which everything else is red clay. This will be a decent topsoil. Just have to get all these sticks and stuff out. Transfer everything down to right here. You can tell I've got all that cut out. I took a lot of the wetter mud and threw it over there so then I can sit right there and lay it up. I'm gonna plan on sitting on that pile of dirt. Hopefully it's fairly dry and to be able to load the truck. But while he's gone, I'll sit right here and finish cutting this out, laying it right over here so that I can reach it. I'm sitting in one spot. Yeah, you got to move it a few times, but there's really no other choice of getting it out. That's going to have to be moved a long ways though, but it's just part of the pond work. You just got to figure on moving your material several times because you can't have access to it. Stump right in there. Well, I did pretty good progress. I got all that laid back. Pond over here. Then the bank slid out right there. You see where all that slid out there, Alex?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's when you know you've stacked up too much mud. You concur.
No.
So I got all that laid up so it'll dry tonight, and then tomorrow I can sit back up here and load the truck and then start transferring some more of that back. But pretty much that whole edge is done and ready to move all that and load out some more.